Hi everybody, and welcome to Weight Loss Wednesday. I'm Chef AJ, the author of The Secrets to Ultimate Weight Loss, and this is where I show you recipes for healthy, permanent, and sustainable weight loss. Today I'm going to show you a recipe from my latest book called A Date with Dessert, but I'm not going to make one of the rich dessert recipes because so many of the people that watch Weight Loss Wednesdays are members of either the Ultimate Weight Loss Program or the Feel Fabulous group, and I don't want to trigger them with some kind of rich chocolate peanut butter kind of dessert. The dessert cookbook is based on my 5 years experience as the executive pastry chef at Sante Restaurant in Los Angeles. But there are 2 bonus recipes in the back that also use dates that are savory, and I'm going to be making one of them. And this is probably one of my favorite sauces. It's called Ultimate Sauce because it really is the ultimate in sauce. It is meant to be a substitute for peanut sauce without all the sugar, fat, and salt. We love sugar, fat, and salt. You know, we're genetically hardwired to prefer the taste of sugar, fat, and salt for survival. If you didn't like sugar, fat, and salt, there'd probably be something wrong with you. But the problem is sugar, fat, and salt never appear together in nature. And peanut sauce, well, think about it. It's peanut butter, which is really high in fat, high in calories, and it often has coconut milk in it, which is also high in fat, high in calories. Sometimes it has sesame oil, high in fat, high in calories. It's got a lot of soy sauce, high in salt, and it always has some form of sugar, whether it's agave or maple syrup. So I'm gonna make something that tastes pretty much like it without the sugar, fat, and salt. Now, the secret is the roasting of the chickpeas. So I'm gonna start right here with 1 can, which is a 15-ounce can of salt-free garbanzo beans. If you want to cook them yourself, use 1.5 cups. And I've roasted these on this non-stick silicone baking mat called a Silpat for about 30 minutes at 400. You cannot skip this step. If you skip this step, you're basically making hummus. This is what's going to make it taste like roasted peanuts. So I let these cool, and I have my 1 can or 1.5 cups of chickpeas, which I roasted. And you can roast them in your oven, you can roast them in your air fryer. You don't want to get them too crunchy, you know, because that's different. That's a delicious snack, but that's not going to make a creamy sauce. But you do want to roast them. I would imagine that if you're doing the beans from scratch, it might take a little bit longer to roast because I think they're probably going to have a little bit more water. These nonstick silicone mats are great because they clean up, they last forever. Now you're going to use 2 1/4 cup of water divided. And it's very important that you don't add all the water at once because then it won't emulsify properly and it'll be too thin. It'll be watery instead of a nice thick sauce. But we're going to start out with 1.5 cups of water that I'm adding to the blender. And then I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of lime juice. If you use fresh, I always recommend adding the zest. 1 tablespoon of unsweetened rice vinegar. Make sure it's unsweetened. One of the reasons people love sushi so much is because there's sugar in the rice and there's sugar in the rice vinegar. So I'm using the Trader Joe's brand. It's completely unsweetened. I have 2 ounces of dates. I weigh and measure things, not like for dietary reasons, not my food, but because I was a pastry chef, everything got weighed, and I have a postal scale. But if you don't have one, 2 ounces of dates is usually 8 Deglet Nor, which are the smaller, drier ones, or 4 Medjool. I covered them in water so that the water completely got soaked into the dates so that they would be nice and soft, and I'm adding those to my blender. And now my seasonings. The recipe calls for 1 clove of garlic, but I love garlic, so I'm adding 2 cloves of raw peeled garlic, a teaspoon of fresh ginger, and 1/2 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. If you like it really, really spicy, you can add a little bit more. And so now we're going to blend this, starting at low speed and slowly putting the speed up. Wow. You see, the reason you divide the water is because sometimes, depending on the bean, you don't need any more water. So I'm not going to add any more water. This is perfect the way it is. But there have been times where the beans, I guess, were just drier. And then I'm going to pour it into my bowl. Oh, look at that. That's the thickness you're looking for. It's delicious. So what would you do with this? Well, it goes on everything. You can use this as a dip for some crudité. It would be delicious. What I like to do is use it as I would peanut sauce. So I like to take my rice. I have some organic basmati rice right here, white rice. You can certainly use brown. And then maybe I would put some broccoli on it and sprinkle it with a few scallions and then add my ultimate sauce. Really easy to make. You won't miss the fact that there's no peanut butter in it. Well, maybe you will, but it's a pretty close second. So I hope you'll try this recipe and I hope you'll enjoy it. And I hope you'll try all the other recipes from A Date with Dessert. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Chef AJ and I make healthy taste delicious so that you can have both the health and the body you so richly deserve. Bye now.